We begin with the stunning headline that America woke up to. U.S. Special Forces in Syria taking down the ruthless leader of ISIS. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi founded the Islamic State and launched a global campaign of jihad. He was responsible for gruesome executions, including beheadings. The mission to get him was actually named after Kayla Mueller, an aid worker kidnapped and killed by ISIS. The operation took place in the dead of night in Syria and was monitored, as you can see here, in the White House Situation Room, the president right there. President Trump coming before cameras this morning in a rare Sunday address, calling it a great victory for America. The raid was also a strategic and political victory for the president. ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz takes us inside the raid.
Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the world's most wanted and brutal terrorist, dead after a daring raid by the elite U.S. Delta Force.
He was the founder and leader of ISIS, the most ruthless and violent terror organization anywhere in the world.
5 p.m. Saturday night, President Trump, flanked by Vice President Pence, National Security Advisor O'Brien, and Defense Secretary Esper, gathering in the Situation Room with military brass, including the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, all watching a live, step-by-step feed of the mission.
We had absolutely perfect, as though you were watching a movie.
8 Chinook helicopters took off on the secret mission from a Kurdish-controlled area in Iraq, flying low and taking on gunfire before landing in northern Syria. Once on the ground, the special operations team blowing holes in the side of Baghdadi's hideout, fearing the front door was booby-trapped. Baghdadi fled into an underground tunnel with 3 children. The president today speaking of the mission in stark detail.
He died after running into a dead-end tunnel, whimpering and crying and screaming all the way.
But before the special operations team could get to him, Baghdadi detonated a suicide vest he was wearing. The 3 children killed alongside him.
His body was mutilated by the blast. The tunnel had caved in on it in addition. But test results gave totally positive identification.
The Delta Force was on the ground for roughly 2 hours in a firefight with Baghdadi's men, killing 2 of his wives who were also wearing suicide vests, although they did not detonate. At 7:15 p.m., the call came into the Situation Room from those on the ground saying 100% confirmation. Jackpot. Over.
We took highly sensitive material and information from the raid, much having to do with ISIS, origins, future plans, things that we very much want.
At one point, the president comparing it to the killing of Osama bin Laden.
This is the biggest there is. This is the worst ever. Osama bin Laden was very big, but Osama bin Laden became big with the World Trade Center. This is a man who built a whole, as he would like to call it, a country.
Baghdadi had been radicalized while imprisoned in Iraq in 2004. Baghdadi rose to international prominence in 2014 after declaring himself head of the caliphate, inspiring barbaric acts of terror, including setting people on fire and beheading shown on social media. Among his thousands of victims, Americans James Foley, Steven Sotloff, Peter Kassig, and Kayla Mueller, who he repeatedly raped before she was killed.
Those men and women that put their lives on the line, we owe them our sincere thanks.
The mission was named in Kayla's honor, bringing an end to Baghdadi's ruthless reign.
He will never again harm another innocent man, woman, or child. He died like a dog. He died like a coward. The world is now a much safer place.
All right, Martha joins us now live. And Martha, we know this raid had been in the works for weeks, but you have some new reporting tonight on the break the CIA got in finding him.
Yeah, Tom, a U.S. official tells ABC that the break came after the arrest and interrogation of one of Baghdadi's wives and a courier. The information they provided was one of the keys in a long trail that eventually led them to Baghdadi's hideout after a lot of hard work by the CIA and Kurdish partners. Tom?
Thurad, it's on this story all day. All right, Martha, thank you for that. President Trump kept the news of the raid very close, and he did not give notice to Congress before that televised address. I want to bring in now ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega. And Cecilia, let's listen to the president's explanation.
Washington leaks like I've never seen before. There's no country in the world that leaks like we do.
The president there explaining his decision, but Cecilia, what should have the protocol have been?
Well, Tom, past protocol has been for presidents to alert top congressional leaders in both parties. That did not happen here, though. The president said he did, however, tell some Republicans, two of them, before he made his announcement today, those Republicans in the Senate. But Democrats, they're not happy. They say Russia got advanced warning about this raid before they did. They got no warning. Now Speaker Nancy Pelosi, she is calling on the White House to brief lawmakers. And take a look. She said in a statement today, the House must be briefed on this raid, which the Russians, but not top congressional leadership, were notified of in advance, and on the administration's overall strategy in the region. Now, on the other hand, one of the president's top Republican allies, Lindsey Graham, who had publicly slammed the president's decision to pull troops out of Syria as the biggest mistake of his presidency, he is now singing the president's praises on this one, Tom, saying that al-Baghdadi's death was a game changer in the war on terror.
Cecilia Vega for us at the White House tonight. Cecilia, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.